Everybody in the building, man, it's your boy Tony D2 Wild checking in once again. And today, guys, we have the 6 Sauer Rattler LT in full effect. And man, I gotta say that this gun is fun. Just straight up a whole bunch of fun, especially when it's suppressed at the end of the day. We had the Rattler LT for a couple of months now. We've taken it to the range several times, put about a little over or under, I would say, over or under 1,000 rounds through this bad boy right here. And this is my go-to PDW when it comes to home defense, truck gun, bag gun, whatever it may be. This gun fills a lot of slots. Of course, also a fun range toy at the end of the day. Of course, though, the Rattler LT is the successor to the original Rattler that released a couple of years back. One that I myself had already owned, that now I have the Rattler LT. The previous Rattler and this one, there are a lot of similarities, but also a lot of differences. And I know that a lot of people, when it comes to, SIG and them making new iterations and generations that are no longer backwards compatible and all that, that can sometimes ruffle a lot of feathers. I feel like what they did with the Rattler, though, it makes a lot of sense if, and hopefully this is not even an if, this is a fact, that they move forward with this LT line, letting it be the staple for the MCX in general. Because the MCX has been around for a couple of years now, generation 1, generation 2, and now they have, I guess you could say, this is generation 3 with this LT series for the Spear. And some parts of the Gen 2 MCX, or like the Virtus, are compatible with the Spear, like the barrel. I don't know what else much about that can be backwards compatible, but hopefully moving forward we see that any other LT iterations that go down the pipeline are all compatible with one another. And that's why they brought the Rattler LT, the Rattler, into the LT line, because they wanted to allow a lot of the components on the Rattler be compatible with the components on the Spear LT's line. Now, what is specifically compatible, that part, I'm not gonna sit here and lie and say I know, but I would think maybe, and y'all can let me know more than I can let y'all know on this, but maybe there is some interchangeable parts that are available on like the barrel swaps that can go on with this Rattler that is compatible with the Spear. I know with my Spear, though, you can buy a different barrel, a different bolt carrier group or bolt head, and pretty much switch calibers at ease. In reality, it's only a bolt head switch when it comes to the Spear. The Spear I got is a LT, originally a 7.62x39. I literally bought a Virtus barrel and a 5.56 bolt head, kept the same bolt carrier group, and was able to utilize 5.56 and 7.62x39. You can also go buy the 9-inch barrel Spear 300 Blackout, keep the same bolt carrier group and bolt head of the 5.56, and now you got 3 calibers all in one. Now, we're talking about the Rattler, though, right? The Rattler, because some people might be wanting to get the Spear in the 9-inch, or you're like wanting to get the Rattler. Maybe you want to know what the difference is. Well, the difference is, one in particular is the barrel length. The original Rattler, I believe, was 5 inches. I mean, I want to say 5.5 inches. This one is 6.75 inches on the length of the barrel, but this does come in 5.56 and 7.62x39. So this comes in, the Rattler also now comes into the same 3 calibers that the Spear comes in. However, the 5.56 and the 7.62x39 comes in at a 7-inch barrel, whereas the 300 Blackout comes in at the 6.75-inch barrel. There's a slight difference also on the handguard. You might not be able to see it here, but it is like cut in a different type of manner where the gas plug is exposed, whereas on the Rattler it's covered up. I'll show like a picture of that of some sort just to show you some of the differences there. They also, I believe, now correct me if I'm wrong, because I had the Rattler, but I had the Rattler upper conversion kit that was on a mil-spec AR-15 lower, which you can still utilize here on the Rattler today. You can buy the uppers of the Spears, uppers I believe of the Rattlers now on SIG, and that itself will go shipped directly to your home. It's not a firearm. The lower is the firearm, but it will come with the adapter that you can easily swap out on your AR-15 lower and then run the Rattler easy as Sunday morning. I think you might have to get the 2-stage trigger. I got a 2-stage trigger at the end of the day, so I never really found out if it would work with a just regular AR mil-spec trigger. I heard that it does. I heard that it doesn't. That's something that you need to look in more too, but I went ahead and just got the 2-stage trigger from SIG back when I did that conversion so that I wouldn't have an issue with it on that version. Now with this one though, this is the whole entire SIG Rattler gun, pistol in particular. This is a pistol with a brace on the end, so keep that also in mind. But with that all being said, one of the other differences that I believe that they also brought it to that LT line is the lowers on these Rattlers are now ambidextrous. Ambidextrous safeties, you got ambidextrous bolt releases and magazine releases on this on both sides, so that is also something that has changed along with it. One of the main components that I'm now kind of just waiting on and I guess mad about is that I'm waiting on the SD handguard for this Rattler. Now, I don't know if the SD Rattler handguard on the previous model is compatible with this, but I did have that handguard on that previous model. There is a SD handguard already being thrown around in pictures. There's pictures of it on SIG's website. It's weird. They have it already. They just have not dropped the SD handguard. And what I mean by the SD handguard is the handguard that will extend out over the suppressor here to give you some more rail room at the end of the day. We have here utilized, I have a iron backup. I took off my front sights, they're over there because I'm running this Purse 3, which is from, it is a airsoft version, but it is metal. I've been doing some testing because I want to do a video on that very soon, see how it holds zero, so stay tuned for that down the pipeline. But I usually run my metal Magpul sights in the front. We also have stream lights. This is the HLX. So this is like a bigger version. I might go with a smaller one, maybe, you know, throw a Surefire down the road. I ain't gonna lie, when it comes to lights, like I've been running with stream lights for, I don't own a Surefire. I've been running with stream lights for a very long time. You know, I know it might be crazy having this crazy spec'd out or this Gucci pistol and having the Streamlight affordability light, but hey, it is what it is. I put my money into the gun and of course the optic being an EOTech. This is the, it's sitting on a riser as well. This is not the EXPS, I believe it's not the quick release version. It is the regular screw-on, Allen key screw-on version. So that's something also to keep in there. We have the pressure pad on top, a rubber band on top, and I also had this little sling slot that I have right here that I paratrooper cord that I kind of jerry-rigged together. I kind of like running that because one thing that they took out on this model that I don't know why, and this really irks me, is that the original Rattler had a QD slot on the rail right here. There is no QD slot on the handguard now at all. The only QD slot I think is right here, and then that's it. So there's no QD slot moving forward up here. Of course, you have the QD slot on the brace, which I don't really care to have. It's QD slots on both, on this side and this side. So maybe I need to just look into running it on like a single point sling or something of that nature, because it is a kind of a PDW type of style. But also I have this here to run the QD slot here, and then like there's like a little hook right here. And I know it's looks kind of crazy, but trust me, I taped it up, melted it. I've done a lot, and it's held itself together for the most part with no issues whatsoever. You know, the Rattler itself is amazing. Shoots amazing. It's very accurate at the end of the day. It's fun. It definitely has a lot of kick for it being such a short barrel. But that SLX on there has done a really good job at suppressing it at the end of the day. We will do a video on the SLX very soon. This is a SLX 762, so it does work alongside with this 300 Blackout. It works with the 762 by 39, the 5.56, and the big boy spear that we still have not reviewed yet. So stay tuned for that as well. I want to do a video though. I got a decibel meter. I want to kind of just take it out and try all the calibers. So we will do a more intense review on this one down the pipeline. But this is definitely go-to home defense. You know, I got this. I got a Mark 18. I kind of like this one, man. Just the size. I got an MPX. I like this one though a lot when it comes to just the size, the caliber. It is a gun that is good for that specific moment. Is it a gun that I would take out into if all shit hits the fan type of ordeal? It's very capable, but I'm thinking from an aspect of ammunition standpoint, like 223, 5.56 is a little bit cheaper. Even right now, it's a little, because 300 Blackout right now is kind of sitting at the price point, you know, 223, 5.56 right now is getting very expensive due to the little ammo shortage that we have going on. But that Mark 18, like, or even my M4A1, I'm currently got that getting pinned and welded with a flash hider. So that itself also is another heavily capable gun at the end of the day. So this though, man, I love this gun. It's fun and it's very, very nice. The SLX is the quick detach, so you just hit the knob, unlock, and screw it on. I think YouTube now allows you to do that, but I ain't gonna mess with them. But I like that setup. This is very easy. I'm just gonna show you. Hear it? That's all you just do. And then you just unscrew it. It locks in. It had no issue with that. But running the SD can or SD handguard, you're gonna have to take the rail, the handguard off, put this on, and then slide it over. You're not gonna be able to just unscrew it. Unless you had just a regular direct thread, you could easily utilize that now. But man, amazing. One more thing. I got here the specs. I just want to read the specs off to y'all, and I ain't gonna sit here and I remembered a lot of good stuff. I feel like I went through everything pretty good, but this one in particular is the PMC X300. 300 blackout, optics ready, barrel length 6.72. You have a cold hammer forged carbon steel barrel, 2-stage trigger. Once again, this is similar. I think it's the one to say the same exact trigger that's featured on my spear and on the brand new M400 tread that you may be seeing pretty soon on this page. The twist rate is a 1.5. That is different than the 5.56 version, which is featuring a 1.7 twist rate. PDW grip style. Overall length is 16.5 inches. And I'm looking at that compared to the SBR version is 17.25. This is the pistol version. Overall width is 2.25 inches. Overall height is 7.4 inches. And the operating system is a short stroke piston. Weight is 5.1 pounds. We are gonna be doing way more videos with this one. Like that's one thing I love about guns and gun channels. You can do further reviews on it. Like when I come to sneakers, you review a sneaker, you move on to the next one. I've done my first shots with this. This is like my first review, putting major rounds through it. I'm gonna do another video with this one down the road, like keeping you guys updated on it and keeping you guys updated on this decked out. I want to SBR this one down the road, so I would be SBRing it very, very soon. At the end of the day, I got no issue with this gun whatsoever, man. So I like it, man. The SIG Rattler LT. Is it worth it? Is it worth getting rid of your Rattler 5.5 to get this one? It depends on what you can get out your original Rattler. So the reason why I got this over that is because I wanted the full up and down. I know it sounds stupid, but I wanted the full SIG gun. I didn't want just the upper. So that's why, you know, I was able to get some good money out of the upper, and then I saved up a little bit, so I was able to go ahead and do that. Now, it's not a necessary thing. It's not necessary. I don't feel like you need to. I feel like you're good to go. One thing to keep in mind though, getting the LT Rattler, you kind of puts you in place of anything that SIG does moving forward, because what they do moving forward with the Rattler will be compatible with this Rattler and may not be compatible with the next or your previous backward, you know, the previous Rattler. So that is something to keep in mind at the end of the day, and that is something that you have to make a decision on. But is the Rattler capable of, you know, what it is, the original one? Yes. You know, Flannel Daddy still got his original Rattler, so if he got his, you good, okay? Don't worry about me. But if you want to have something brand new, you can't go wrong here. So yeah, this is my review on the SIG Sauer MCX Rattler LT. That's a lot of goddamn words. I'm out.